Have you ever put effort into planning something? Maybe launching a side hustle, a big work project, or even just a family road trip, and it all started falling apart before it even began? Yeah, that sinking feeling. Here's the crazy part. Over 70% of plans fail before the first real task even begins. And no, it's not bad luck. It's not the universe conspiring against you. It's a few small things you can actually control right now before the first task ever goes on a list. So let's break it down. I'll show you the hidden traps most people fall into and how to lock in your foundation so your plan doesn't collapse before takeoff. Does that sound good? Let's go. So let me tell you a story. A while back, I was working with this small tech startup. On paper, they had everything. A killer app idea, they had funding in the bank, they had a team buzzing with energy. Now, 3 months later, it was chaos. Everything was way behind schedule, money was bleeding out, and you may ask why? Because nobody bothered to get everyone on the same page. The developers were building features no customer actually wanted. Marketing, they had nothing to launch. And the clients, they were confused and losing trust fast. And here's the kicker. All of this mess happened before a single line of code even went live. Now, maybe you're not running a startup, but it's the same reason weddings spiral out of budget, family vacations turn stressful, or your side hustle stalls before you even start. And the truth? Most plans die in week 1, not because of effort, but because of what people skip at the start. Here's the first thing most people ignore. That's stakeholder mapping. I know, sounds like corporate jargon, right? But it's actually simple. Stakeholders are just the people your plan touches. At work, that's your boss, your team, your clients, and in life, it's your spouse if you're house hunting, your professor if you are a student, or even your kids if you're planning a family trip. So anyone who influences or is affected by your plan. Now grab a notepad and write down who are the people involved. What do they actually want? How much say do they have? That's it. Do this early and you'll know who to talk to, who to keep updated, and who you must win over before things move forward. And if you skip this, you'll spend the whole plan chasing fires that could have been avoided. Next up is scope clarity. Scope is just deciding what's in and what's out. If you miss this step, your plan drifts like a ship without a rudder. So what exactly are we delivering? What's not part of this plan? How will we know when we've nailed it? Let me give you an example. Let's say you are renovating your kitchen. If scope means new cabinets, that's cool. But if halfway through your partner decides it also means new floor and a breakfast bar and some stools, congratulations. You just doubled the cost and time. That, my friend, is how scope creep sneaks in. And finally, the risk pre-scan. Before you set a single deadline, pause and ask yourself, what could go wrong? At work, that might be losing a key person. It could mean running into budget cuts or hitting a technical issue. In life, the wedding venue cancels, maybe the car breaks down, or the babysitter bails out. So write down your top 3. Then, and this is the key, do one small thing today that lowers that risk. It's not about predicting every disaster, but it's about not being blindsided by the obvious ones. All right, let's recap. Number one, stakeholders. You should know who's involved and what they care about. Then number two is going to be scope. You need to be crystal clear on what's in and what's out. And number three, that's risks. Catch the big threats before they catch you. Now, if you do just these three things before you start, you're already way ahead. Whether you're building an app, or maybe you are planning a wedding, or you're just trying to pull off a family vacation without losing your mind. If this hits home, stick around. In my next video, I'll show you the secret weapon of any plan. That's called stakeholder mapping. Most people skip it, and that's why they fail. And hey, drop a comment. What's the next big thing you're planning right now? I'd love to hear. You've got this. See you next week.